Hello, single mother. Welcome once again. My name is Dorcas, and today we're looking at a very important topic. We're talking about your kids and your divorce. What how are they faring? How do you help your kids navigate the divorce process, the separation process? Remember that they also lost their home. Your marriage to your partner was their own secret heaven, was their own sacred heaven, was their own home. And when you guys separated, going through the divorce, they've also lost their homes. And it has been shown that children are mostly affected when there's a divorce. They struggle a lot. So, how can you help them maneuver, go through the process? This is what we'll be talking about in this topic today. And when my partner left, our son suffered the most. Yes, because he was turning 4 in October when um, turning 4 in October in 2018 when his dad left in August. I was so I so wanted to keep him away from the details, the chaos, and the crisis of the moment. I told him his dad traveled to for work, and children are very inquisitive. So a time will come there where they'll ask you, when is he coming back? They might not be able to put things together, but they always have a clue. They always have a clue. After some months went by, he started talking again when his dad he started asking again when his dad would be back from work. He started referring to just anyone he sees around as dad. He told everyone who cared to listen, without them even asking, that his dad left. I struggled, but I know he was struggling too. Yeah, he was struggling too with the whole scenario, not seeing daddy at home and daddy not coming back from work and all that. He struggled. Of course, I know he had questions he wanted to answer. He was about 3 and 10 months going to his birthday. So I called him one day and asked him if I called my ex one day and I asked him if I should tell his son that he was dead. That's I asked him if he had a problem with his son. I spoke to his mind. I had to do a mind work on him because over time I asked him, "Do you have a problem with your child? I think you have a problem with me. The fact that the both of us have a problem doesn't mean that you should abandon the child. I'm not asking you to give me money, but stay in the life of your child. Let's help him maneuver this process. Let's help him go through this process. He doesn't need to suffer." So over time, I did a mind work on my ex before he started coming around, started sending even something for his upkeep. Whenever he visits, those were the most traumatic days of my life. Whenever he visits, my son will cry out his eyes, begging his dad to stay. He won't let him leave. He would he would literally hold on to his clothes and cry out his eyes. He will beg, "Daddy, stay. Daddy, please stay with me. Daddy, please stay with me." And every time I see this, my heart bleeds. My heart bled. I cried in my heart because I didn't want my child to struggle like that. I knew I had to do something because he was taking advantage of the situation. Yes. Every time he would tell my son that I am not letting him stay. Every time those scenarios play out, he would tell my son that your mommy will not allow me stay. Your mommy is the one not allowing me stay. Over time, we arranged for weekend visits, and every time my son comes back, he has all manner of questions to ask her. "Mommy, why are you not allowing daddy come? Why are you not allowing daddy stay with me?" He kept manipulating my son with his lies. And then I was struggling. I was struggling with the situation because I was actually keeping it away from my son. I thought I was protecting my ex, not letting my son into the full details of what was happening. A friend advised me to explain things to my son the way he can understand it, as I should break it into bits to the way he can understand it. So I told him, I was shocked when my son asked me questions about an incident that happened some few years back. Again, because he has asked those questions before, and every time he asks, I'll tell him that something got into my eye, and that was what I was crying. That's why his daddy was helping me. And when he brought up that question again, he he I know he wanted me to say the truth. So that day I told him that, okay, nothing entered my eye that day. Your dad actually hit me. That's why I was crying. And then I knew that he was trying to put the puzzles. It was trying to put a picture to the story I just told him, to the things I just told him, because I've told him that his daddy was hitting me and that we were always fighting. So he was trying to put a picture, a scenario to what was running in his head. So he brought up that question again. So I told him, yes, nothing got into my eye. Your daddy actually hit me at that moment, and I was crying. And he just gave me a big hug. And after that period, I found out that he took things lightly with me. He wasn't pressing with those questions anymore. He wasn't asking those questions. Any question he was asking was something new that just came to his mind and he needed clarification. And I was always ready to give such clarification because I didn't want him to be in the dark. I didn't want him to be manipulated by his dad. So it is important that we'll help our kids, our children, maneuver, walk through the process also, because they are also dealing with it. Whatever it is you're dealing with, they are also dealing with it. And because they are younger, they don't have the right, they are not equipped enough to handle such questions. They can easily fall into depression. They can easily start to blame themselves for what has happened. Over time, my son said he was the problem. Over time, he will say, my dad left you because of me. Over time, I had to also let him know that you were never the problem. We loved you. Your dad loves you. I love you. Your dad loves you. He just doesn't love me. He only had a problem with me. And he's dealing with that. We are dealing with that. He's only stopping us from living together. That's the reason why we cannot live together. But your dad loves you. Even if I know that it was not true. But over time, I had to let him know. I had to tell him, reassure him that he's loved by the both of us, and that nothing can take that love away from him. So it is important that you understand that your children are struggling. They lost their home too. They lost that unit that they call home. They lost their safety. Let's continue. So helping your kids navigate the divorce process requires empathy, honesty, and a child-centered approach. Remember that it is not normal for the kids whose parents are getting divorced. It is not. It is never normal. It is never easy for them. They lose their family in a second. They lost their family togetherness. Your union with your partner was their family. They sometimes think they are the reason for the separation. When you become a parent, you became someone's whole world. Their sense of security, their sense of safety, that sense of belonging came from your togetherness with your partner. And when it breaks, it shatters their world too. It has a psychological and emotional impact on them. They lost their home too. So it's important that you are as empathic with them, just the way you expect everybody to understand that you're coming through something, you've come from something, you come through abuse. Also know that they came through it, and you must be intentional to help them heal, to help them navigate the process too. You must be intentional to make sure that they are not broken. That is your job. And if that job requires that you keep friendship with your ex, please do it for their sake. Sometimes that's a sacrifice that you have to pay because there are children involved. Because they will ask you, If he doesn't love, if he loves me, why is he not seeing me? Why is he not talking to me? Why is he not coming around? So you must create that atmosphere that will make him come around, that will grant that access. And while the two of you are together, do everything to be at peace. Let your children see you playing together, being happy together. You are doing it for them, not for yourself. I know you need your space. I know you don't want to see him around. I know you don't want him around. But your children still need a father, still need a father, still need their dad in their lives. You might say he's not doing anything. Sweetie, you say that I have a father, I have a mother. It does something to their psyche. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it helps their overall well-being. And there are instances where we're having a family gathering, and my son's cousins kept asking him, kept poking him about, where's your dad? We've never seen your dad. And on such instances, I arise like a lion and I ask them, did you fall from heaven? Don't you have a father and a mother? So why do you think he fell from the sky? His father is not around. So stop asking him. I'm sure you know his father because they were older. So I'm saying, and I asked once, I was like, I'm sure you know his dad. You know Chukudi. So why are you asking him? Stop that at once. Don't do that again. He's not here, but you know that he has a father. So that went on over and over. And I was always there to silence them. Because that is such it is in such gathering that they start feeling inferior. Oh, that they don't have a father, they don't belong. Hello, you don't do that to my child. You know, they know in the school, they know everywhere. You don't do that to my child. So help your children navigate the process over time. Go out, have a time out with your ex. Go out, let them bond. I was so intentional about this process because I know my child needed that emotional stability. He needed his mental stability. So when there's PTA, when there's open day, I call his father. Your son wants you to go with him, even if he didn't ask for it. But because in his school, I wanted his classmates to see his father. I wanted them to know that he has a dad. Till date, we still do that. After 2018, how many years that we've been separated and we finally have a divorce in 2022? I still do that. I'm intentional about that. So here are some tips to support your children. We're going to be looking at about about 10 tips today. Hopefully, we'll be able to cover up. So be honest. Number one, be honest and open. Explain the separation, explain the divorce, explain the reasons why, explain what has happened, what has transpired, explain them in age appropriate terms, avoiding blame or negative talk about the other parent. Yes, at some point, you have to be honest, but at some point, you have to let them know that I still want you to honor your father or your mother, whoever the spouse is that left, whoever the partner is that left. Be honest and be open. Your kids know when you're lying through your faith. Sorry, they know. They also know when you tell them the truth. So make it easy for them. Be honest and be open. Let them know the situation of things. Let them know the things that have happened if you can. You might not have to say the really gory details, but let them know where you are, where the situation, where this, your marriage is. If you're separated to get help, to go into therapy, to get counseling, let them know. Trust me, they are willing to also help and assist you, to cooperate, I mean. Number two, reassure them of love and support. Let your kids know that both parents love them and will continue to care for them despite the separation or divorce. Let them know that they are loved by the both parents. You might be the only one doing all the job, but let your children know that they are loved by their parents, the both, because they have a way of just taking the blame, putting all everything that has happened on themselves, and that is not healthy. That is not good for them. Number two, maintain consistency and routine. Establish a stable schedule and stick to familiar routines to provide a sense of security. Something happened because when he left, I had to start doing businesses to make sure that I have finances to take care of myself. So sometimes it takes me staying out in the city or wherever I've gone to longer than expected, even before the school closed. So every time I came back late to pick him up after school, he would have cried out his eyes, thinking that I have left him too. It was in such moments that I took advantage of to reassure him over and over. And I will always say, Dada, I will always come back for you. Dada, I will never leave you. Dada, I will always come back for you. I might come late, but know that I will always come back to you. Know that I'm the parent that didn't leave. I will never leave you, Dada. I will always come back to you, even if I come late. Please know that I will never leave you. So, such moments, use it to reassure them. Use it to let them know that you're never leaving them. You will always come back for them. Even if you come back late, but you are always going to come back for them. Number four, encourage communication. Listen to their feelings. Listen to their concerns. Listen to their genuine questions and validate their emotions. Tell them they are not wrong feeling that way. They are not wrong wanting their daddy to be at home with them. They are not wrong wanting to hear from their father. So my son will just go, Mommy, I want to talk to my dad. And I give him my phone. So I call him. It's left for him not to pick. But I will do my duty. I will do everything that I need to do to make sure that he is not suffering. My son is not suffering. Our child is not suffering. But he is left on the both parents to listen, to show feelings, to show empathy, and to help them through the process until they are all grown up. Remember, my son was going to 4 when this happened. So it means that he has lived with his dad from while he was a child, while he was 1, 2, 3, and then before he was 4. So you cannot just break that communication or tell that child that he can't see his dad or he can't see his mom. No, please. No, please. Help them. They are struggling just the way you are struggling. But you have to make that sacrifice to help your children. Number 5, avoid involving them in adult conflicts. This is so crucial because don't use them as a bargaining chip. Don't use them in your battle. Whatever you want done, please don't put them in the front of the battle. If there's anything you should do, put them behind the battle. Put them behind yourself and face your battles yourself. Refrain from discussing adult issues or using them as messengers. So this one has also happened over time. Why my ex was still trying to come back. Every time my son goes for holidays, for weekends, he will always ask him, is your mom seeing anyone? Are men coming to see your mom? Is your mom doing this? Is your mom doing that? And I also told him, please don't do that anymore. Please, it is not healthy for the child. And sometimes he's asking the question, did you go to your mom to see anybody? Those are adult issues, please. If she wants to get into a relationship, allow her. If your husband wants to get into a relationship, allow her. Leave the children out of it. Stop using them as messengers. Anything you want to discuss with your ex, discuss it with them. Please don't send your children. Don't put them in front of the battle. It is not their battle. It is your mess. Deal with it. Number 6, foster a positive co-parenting relationship. Work together with your ex to make decisions and attend events, showing your kids that you can collaborate. Yes, the world is saying today now that we all need collaboration. So even in this, please work together. Then sometimes I see threatening my child once he's here and he's misbehaving. Do you want me to call your dad? And he say, no, please. You still have that. Use it. Collaborate. Work together with your ex. I know it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult in the sense that your ex might think that you still want them. I made it clear to him that I don't want you. So that's why I went through the divorce process. Even when he wasn't appearing in court, I made sure I followed through and I got judgment. So, but in the midst of that, I let him have access. Anytime he wants to see his child, even if he's calling today, and I know that we are available, okay, we are available, please come. My child wants to see his father, I give him the phone, call your dad. He wants to talk to his father, I give him the phone, call your dad. It was not easy. It is still not easy till today. Because people seeing him around thinks possibly we are still trying to work things out. No, we are not. That's why I also told God, whoever you're bringing into my life, you must have showed me to him. You must have showed my situation to him. You must have showed my son to him. And he will understand that he's coming into this situation and he will be a support system too. Number 7, provide stability and predictability. Provide stability and predictability. Establish clear boundaries, rules, and expectations in both homes. You know what you want. Establish your clear boundaries, rules, and expectations in both homes. Number 8, encourage expressions through play or art. Help your kids process their emotions through creative activities. Is he meeting up with his cousins, meeting up with in family gatherings, going for school activities, going for play parties? Encourage them. Number 9, seek professional help if needed. Yes. Consider family therapy or counseling to address specific challenges, whatever it is you're struggling with, or you're struggling with your ex because you're giving access, he has access, or you want them to be around. Ask for therapy. Go for counseling. It will help you. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Model healthy coping mechanism and prioritize self-care to better support your children. Know that they need a healthy you. They need a stable parent, a stable parent to guide them through. So if you're not healthy, you're not modeling the right things for them. Model, model healthy coping mechanisms and prioritize self-care. Let them also know that you love yourself, you're taking good care of yourself because you will need to stay healthy for them. Let them know that they have a healthy family, they have a healthy parents that they can rely on. Remember, every child is unique, and patience and understanding and flexibility are all essential when guiding them through the challenging time. I pray that your children will be whole, that they will not be broken as a society expects them to be, that you'll be able to navigate the process with them. You'll be able to provide the right direction, and you'll be able to handle the issues with your exes. You'll be able to collaborate if need be. And if there is no partner, possibly the partner is dead or whatever, I pray that the Lord will raise the right support system for you. That you will not do this alone. You will not walk this alone. You will not go this path alone. And if you're still believing God to be remarried, I pray that the Lord will lead the right man into your life and into your children's life. And you will live happily ever after. In the mighty name of Jesus. Remember that we are the women who are changing the narrative of single motherhood. We are changing the narrative, the negative narrative out of we are changing it And we are women who are going into our different spheres of influence to cause transformation, to cause a change in the lives of broken women, women who have gone through abuse, who are survivors. We are helping them navigate their own processes. And don't forget that I am here. And also remember that though that you are broken, remember that you have been called. God has qualified you. He has anointed you to go out and change your spheres of influence. I'll see you next time. I can't wait to see you next time. Next time we'll be talking about um a very interesting topic. We're either going to be talking about sex and divorce or giving God thanks for every negative thing that happened that didn't blow you out. Stay blessed. I love you. Bye.